Welcome back to another episode of Coach K's Math Corner. Today's objective and video will be on multiplying and dividing integers. And as a student, I'll be able to multiply and divide integers. I will know I've got it when I can correctly answer at least 3 out of the 4 in the exit ticket. Multiplying and dividing integers, you need to pick up number 4 notes paper. Make sure you copy the problems on your notes just like they are in the video. After the notes, the independent work on the back, your notes, on the back of your notes, exit ticket number 4, assignment number 4 done. Place them in your group folder. Alright, let's get started. Again, multiplying and dividing integers in real life. We talked about this several times already, but again, you need to realize that integers are a very big part of everyday life. You may not always know it and see it, but it is a very, very big part of what happens in our culture, in our school, in our towns, state, money, temperature, sea level. All right, here we go. Mr. Multiplivision. And tic-tac-toe. Well, I got to tell you, Mr. Multiplivision is named that way because we have part of multiplying and we have part of dividing. I don't see add and subtract in there, just multiply and divide. So either of these two, whether it's this one here or this one here, only can be used with multiplying and dividing integers. Not adding, not subtracting, just multiplying and dividing. Now, if you want to know which one I think is the easiest, I definitely believe that this one right here is the easiest of the two. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort to get through it. This tic-tac-toe one is just a bit more I don't want to say not complicated, but there's just more steps to dealing with it. But I'm going to let you make the choice as to which one you want to use. So anyhow, here's Multiplivision. Mr. Multiplivision looks like this. It's just really a triangle, upside down kind of, and you're just going to put 2 eyes and a nose. We'll talk about how you use it in a little bit. But if you're talking about tic-tac-toe, it looks just like this. And it doesn't matter whether you put the addition symbol here, or the positive symbol there, or if you put it on this side. But whatever you do, you need to do the same thing on all 3 boxes. So we're just going to put it straight down the middle. And all the rest of these then are negatives. And again, I'll explain how you read this as we work on the examples. Okay, here we go. Well, multiplying and dividing integers, example number 1. 7, now remember this says 7 times negative 8. Alright, but remember there's no multiplication symbol right there. It's just when you see the grouping symbols, that means it's multiplying. So let's try it with Mr. Multiplivision. Here we go. We got 2 negatives and we got a positive, right? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we have 7 times negative 8, which we know 7 times 8 is 56. And I heard today, or yesterday, that in order to get to 7th and 8th grade, you got to get through 5th and 6th. So that's why 7 times 8 is 56. But whether it's negative or positive is what we got to find. Now, when I work with Mr. Multiplivision, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see that the 7 is positive, so I'm going to take out the positive. And I see that negative 8 is, the 8 is negative, so I'm going to take out the negative. And what we have left is the negative, and so that means it's negative 56. Now, if I was going to use the tic-tac-toe chart that I made, it would look like this. Okay? We know that we have a positive 7 and a negative 8. So let's find the positive right here. We have positive 7 and we have negative 8. So we're going to read it this direction. So that what it means is a positive times a negative. A positive times a negative equals a negative. which is what we have, negative 56. And we need to read it left to right. Okay? Now, if that is too confusing, and it might be for some of us who tend to get lost in our thoughts, again, it's positive times negative equals negative. Example number 2, multiplying and dividing integers. Here we go. We've got Mr. Multiplivision, and we're going to put in his 2 eyes and his nose. And we're going to put the tic-tac-toe chart over here. We're going to put positive, negative, negative, positive. Whoops, sorry kids. Got excited about playing tic-tac-toe. Positive, positive, negative, 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 negative. Okay, and I don't like that one there because it looks too much like a positive, so let's take it out and make it negative. All right, so I got a negative 9. Take that out. And I've got a negative 3. Take that out. And by the way, 9 times 3 is 27. But what type of 27? Is it going to be negative or positive? So we take out the one negative, we take out the second negative, and what do we have left? Positive. Now you can put a positive sign there in front of it if you want to, but you don't have to, so it's just positive 27. If we're going to do the tic-tac-toe chart, which is right here, then we would go negative times negative. So here's negative times negative in the third row. So we're going to negative times negative is positive. Okay, so here would be row 1, row 2, row 3, and we want to see the third row because we have 2 negatives. 1 negative, 2 negatives. Negative times negative. All right? All right, example number 3. Again, we are working with multiplying and dividing. This one is a division problem. Remember that whenever you see that symbol right there between the numerator and the denominator, that means we're dividing. So we're going to take it, Mr. Multiplivision again. And we remember we only can use this with multiplying and dividing. No add, no subtract. I see that we have a positive 42, so we're going to take out the positive. And I see we have a negative 6, we're going to take out negative. And what do we have left? Negative. And 42 divided by negative 6 equals negative 7 because of that negative sign right there. Okay? If we're going to do tic-tac-toe, it would be the same thing. We're going to go positive, negative, 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 positive, negative, 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 positive. Again, we would want to look at this row right here because we're going to start with a positive and a negative, and that gives us a negative. Here's our answer right there, negative. Okay, and the last one, example 4. Whoops, I'm so sorry. I do this every time. I got to stop. Make sure I got my pencil on. There we go. So we got example 4, and we got a 48, positive 48 divided by negative 8. So we got negative, negative, positive. And over here we got the tic-tac-toe chart, which is positive, 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 and all these negatives go in here. And I see that we got a positive 48, and I see that we have a negative 8, and so our answer is going to be negative. So 48 divided by 8 is 6, and it would be a negative 6. If I was going to use the tic-tac-toe chart, which is over here on this side right here, I would start with positive and negative. So we want to take row 1 again because we have a positive and a negative, and that equals negative. So a positive divided by a negative will give us a negative. Okay? If you have any questions, just make sure you ask. All right, now you got some independent work time. It's on the back of your notes. When you are done, complete the exit ticket and assignment. Make sure that you check with me first before you go on. You need to check. Whoops. Sorry, kids. Did the same thing again. We need to make sure that you check with me. Check with me. Let's try that again. I'm sorry. Let me rewrite that. Make sure you show me when you're done. Show me. Okay? And again, it's up to you whether you use the Mr. Multiple Vision or if you use Tic-Tac-Toe. Whichever one you use, make sure you understand how to use it and you choose the one that's easiest for you. Okay? All right, so once you're done with that, show me. Let's move on. Let me show you some more stuff here that you need to take care of. Once you're done with the independent work, you can go ahead. There's an assignment. You must do the even 2, 4, 6. That way you can go through it. Now, I know that some of the problems in here are going to be just a bit more challenging. If you come across one that has a fraction in it, like number 11, I would say don't do that one because we haven't really talked about that yet. So if there are any of them in there that look like number 11, don't do it. All right? But you're just going to do the even numbered problems. I'm just going to ask you to do the even. Okay? Just the even. Make sure that you check it off on your chart. Make sure you have your name at the top and you place it in your classroom folder that you're in the group. Once you're done with this, and go ahead and complete exit ticket number 5. Your exit ticket right here, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you place your name on the exit ticket. Make sure that you definitely show your work. Just show it. Either using Mr. Multiple Vision or your Tic-Tac-Toe chart. Okay? I just think that as you work through these, if you can show your work, if you can show, and really you might say, well, how in the world am I going to show my work doing this? Well, I think if you show your work by using this right here or this right here and showing which row you're using, either row 1, 2, or 3, it would just help me know how you're thinking, what you're looking at, and going through it that way, okay? And again, if you have any questions, please make sure you ask. All right, good luck. See you later.